guys, it's that time again to step in the ring with the greatest tag team in podcast history. Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW podcast, hosted by Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
Guys, we're back with episode 2 of season 3 here, and we're bringing you
awesome.
on video through YouTube. Thanks for all of you who have watched the first episode. We do appreciate it. We did find out a little bit later there was a little glitch at the end of that show. Did cut out about 4 minutes of it.
It's our first time.
Yeah, so we'll get that figured out. This is all new to us video-wise and everything. So thank you again for watching us. And those two on audio, thanks for the continued support through the audio podcasting.
However you support us, thank you.
Yeah. So, guys, show is just going to be like any other show. We got some results we got to talk about through Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, Impact Wrestling. A couple things came up this past week. A couple wrestlers passed and everything as well. Freakin 5, Final Freakin Thoughts, obviously Dizzle J's Pick of the Week, and all that's happening on the episode that is brought to you by Audible.com.
Audible.com?
Audible.com, bro. Tell them about Audible.com.
Audible.com, you can listen to any books, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you use our special link, audible.com/freaknet.
Audibletrial.com/freaknet.
Audibletrial.com/freaknet. Forgot the trial part.
Right.
So
it's rough when I don't do it.
Yeah, it is. You just make it sound so good. But you get a 30-day free trial, and you get a free audio book.
Yeah, and actually, I just watched, I don't know if you had a chance to, or if any of you guys had a chance, on the WWE Network, the Broken Skull Sessions.
Yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin just had Glenn Jacobs or Kane on, and he actually came out with a book, Mayor Kane.
Really?
Talk about his career and everything. Also available on Audible.com. So.
Dude, I mean, I know there's the Chris Jericho book that I got that Chris Jericho actually reads you the book.
Yeah, and I picked up the history of WCW as well as the behind the scenes of the Chris Benoit incident. Yeah.
There's been a lot going around about him too. They were going to make a movie.
Yeah.
But the family would not sign off on the rights, which I don't blame them, because they actually wanted to include that last day, those last couple of days, and put it in the movie. And I know if something happened like that in my family, I would not want to see any kind of representation of that. So I do not blame them.
Well, it seems like kind of one of those, like, it could be on like that show Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
Because I see that they're actually doing a recording for the Owen Hart incident.
Ooh.
So I'm excited to kind of see that. Because, I mean, you hear, like, kind of like everyone else's, like, aspect of it. And a lot of it's, like, 30 stars giving their interpretation. This is, like, more of, like, the family and stuff, talking about, like, what happened, the aftermath and that.
I guess for me it's like a big props to the Benoit family not to go out for the quick cash grab.
Yeah.
And that's easily would have been a popular movie. I mean, I know we probably would have watched it, and millions of people around the world would have watched it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna get into that, talk more about that stuff, obviously, as we do at the show. But make sure you check out audibletrial.com/freaknet today. Sign up for your 30-day free trial. Get the credit for your first purchase, absolutely free. And help out the podcast along the way. It's a win-win, really, for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
30 days free trial.
And a free book.
And a free book. And you help out the podcast. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win-win-win.
It's a win-win-win-win. It's total wins. A lot of wins. A win's a win.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. I'm also going to dive into a lot of shit with the Sentinel from SCW, because we're going to dive into that, because that show's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting out with, thank you very much for not sending me a match card. Appreciate that.
This guy.
He's petty. He's petty as fuck.
You know, I understand that me and him had issues, and it did result in me getting kicked off the show once. But, you know, we kind of grew, SCW and us kind of were there at the beginning when they officially became Southland Championship Wrestling. Mm-hmm. And then we kind of grew together, and then, you know, Sentinel comes along, and it seems like that relationship isn't there anymore.
Yeah, well, it's on him.
Yeah, definitely.
He's extremely petty when it comes to our views and opinions of the show, which we say nothing but great things about SCW. It's just, it's him.
Right.
And a lot of accusations come across, you know, on the stuff that he does. And his only response to it is, well, yeah, you're not there. It's like, neither are you.
Yeah. That's like, I'm pretty sure we were at more shows last year than the Sentinel was.
Yeah. Still waiting for my Fan of the Year award.
Right.
I'm still waiting for that recount, so let's fix that shit. Jay, let's go ahead and dive into the Freakin' 5.
So this week on the Freakin' 5, we did give us 5 people who deserved to be in the Hall of Fame and yet not yet nominated this year.
Yep.
Thanks for going back and editing.
You got it.
You got it. Did you want to go ahead and go first?
No, why don't you go ahead and go first?
All right, I'll do mine first.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do yours first?
So I had Bam Bam Bigelow.
Which Bam Bam is probably like I think he's been on our list for a long time.
I think he's on our list every year. Motorhead. Miss Elizabeth. The Hardy Boys. And Regal.
Ooh, and Regal, yeah.
Yeah. To me, one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. I don't think he got his fair shake. I understand he had some demons, but so does Shawn Michaels. So
yeah. Well, also, I come to find out I was doing some research when we were talking last week.
Yeah.
Molly Holly is not in the Hall of Fame.
No.
So thank you for trying to call me out on that.
I thought she was.
Dick. Nope. No, she's not. No, she's not, bro. So yeah.
Well.
And I trusted your gut, and look what fucking happens.
I admitted I could have been wrong.
Oh, yeah, you were fucking wrong, man. Yeah.
Not the first time.
Definitely won't be the last.
Definitely won't be the last.
Definitely won't be the last. But no, I mean, I agree with your list. I mean, and there's so many guys, especially like, because we're getting to that now, like it's our era.
Yeah.
It's their time to get in.
Right.
And I mean, obviously people from like that we've seen wrestle have been going in for like the last 10, 15 years, with Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin and stuff like that. But there's still so many more that haven't been brought in. I know some are going to be on the list from the Real Wrestling Fan page. But, I mean, when you look at, like, Kane and The Big Show, even The Undertaker, The Rock.
Right.
There's so many out there still. So they're going to have a full,
They have plenty of people to go in.
Yeah, not a whole lot of ECW guys. Like solely got their popularity from ECW.
No, I mean, Rob Van Dam will probably go in at some point in time.
Yeah, well, yeah, if RVD, Tommy Dreamer, Taz,
The Sandman will probably be in there eventually.
You'll probably be in like one of those like the Legacy.
The Legacy, yeah.
So, okay, let's dive into the Freakin' Wrestling Fans. Wrestling Fan page, guys. If you're not part of it on Facebook, go ahead and like over there. Like our page, too. But go to the Wrestling Fan page, too. We put our Freakin' 5 up there and give you guys shout-outs for doing this stuff. You can actually do it on our page.
Yeah. We have our own page, too.
Yeah, when we post on our page about the Freakin' 5, that's implying for you guys to be part of that. So, anyway, so Ryan from the fan page, he did Vader, William Regal, Christian, the British Bulldogs, and Miss Elizabeth. Ricardo went with British Bulldogs, Vader, Christian, Owen Hart, and The Rock. Asif, he went with British Bulldogs, Christian, Regal, Vader. I never really thought too much about the Bulldogs.
See, I never thought about the Bulldogs. I was always a big Davey Boy.
Yeah.
I love Davey Boy.
Ross went with Viscera, Mabel, Big Daddy V. And it's the same fucking person. Raven and Maven. So I think he's just being an idiot. So shout out to you, Ross.
Yeah, thanks.
James went with Kane, Big Show, British Bulldogs, William Regal, and Vader. And then Don went with Owen Hart, Bulldog, Benoit, Vader, and Regal. Benoit, I don't think ever will be.
Unless something comes out otherwise about the tragedy.
All right, like Kevin Sullivan did it.
Or Vince McMahon.
Yeah, right.
Hired Kevin Sullivan.
He's got the money. He's got the money for it.
Oh, they listen to the show. Let's not start no shit.
Oh, if they listen to the show and it comes out, once again, we're heroes.
Yeah.
I just realized I hit this fucking curtain again.
All the time. So do I.
I'm just going to keep my mug over here.
That's all right.
I can't wait for our studio to get bigger.
I know.
All right.
This is FreakNet 1.0.
Yeah. FreakNet.
Studio.
It's so weird doing it backwards. All right. So, individual, I mean, obviously we're going to see like the NWO and Batista go when we already got that. So I went with Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Sid Vicious.
Ooh.
Female-wise, Michelle McCool. Celebrity, I went with Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson.
Yeah. Now, if you guys don't know who Jim Johnson is, he's the guy who created all the theme music for WWE for like the last 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
Currently, he did part ways with WWE. I believe he works for AEW now. But celebrity-wise, I can't think of any more celebrities that really need to be in there. So why not Jim Johnson? Give him, what he's due.
See, I was celebrity-wise. I think last year I did ICP, so I wasn't gonna do that again. But Motorhead, to me, was probably the biggest one. ICP goes. If Trump can get in, ICP should get in.
Yeah. Compare the president to a bunch of Jehovah's fucking clowns.
At least ICP actually wrestled.
Yeah, I guess you call it that. They do own a wrestling company.
Yeah.
They do own Juggalo Championship
I
Wrestling.
don't even know if they're still around.
Is it
Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it was like JWF, but I'm like,
No, it's JCW.
JCW. Yeah. I think it's still around.
I don't know, because remember the last time we went to Valpo, and we were looking up Congo Kong.
Yeah.
And he was the last JCW championship at that time. I mean, this is 2 years ago. Maybe something has changed. I don't know. I don't really follow independence anywhere else.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. I actually talked to some of the wrestlers at the school last week. Because regardless of what Sentinel says, I'm still going to show up at the fucking school. Apparently, I'm more liked there than they are. When I bastardized SCW for like the last year, talking about ARW and shit, still liked by the fucking locker room. Believe it or not. But no, because you hear about like a lot of these wrestlers who they're branching out, and a lot of the newer wrestlers like Max Blaylock,
The sharpshooters,
James Creed. Yeah, they're going up to Wisconsin, and there's a lot of independent companies up there and everything. I mean, obviously, we have PPW who's up there. Shout out to PPW. Thank you again for being a supporter of us. And I'm going to honor your request about us doing a fantasy booking for PPW. We're going to do that down the road.
Sweet. So, I love the fantasy bookings.
Yeah. But there's so many more like up north, like Green Bay and Milwaukee areas and stuff like too, that they're traveling to grow their brand. And I think that's a really cool thing. Also, it was brought to my attention, and thank you again, James Creed. I guess when we were talking about the modern day sharpshooters last week, we said gunslingers a lot.
I think you said gunslingers.
I don't care. I think it was both of us, because I'm not going to take blame for all of it.
I'll take 33% of the blame.
There you go. Yeah. So, I don't know what it is about the gunslinger thing. It's probably because, that promo video they put out. It was like, started out with the revolver and the whole, like, Arizona, Texas, desert theme kind of thing. Instantly, boom.
Well, here's the thing in modern day sharpshooters. Why don't you create a double team finisher called the gunslinger?
There you go.
Boom. Problem solved.
Maybe they already do.
Nah.
Right? It's hard to really know what, like, a finisher's called in independent wrestling.
Yeah. Unless they call it out like they're Super Saiyan.
Best part is that no one really knows what the finisher's called, so now if they start calling it the gunslinger, we can just take credit for it.
Oh, yeah. We're totally going to take credit for it.
Trademarked.
Just like, who the hell is Dan Smith?
That was us. Take credit for that till the day I fucking die.
It didn't die at all. It chanted out the masses.
Yeah. Which Dan Smith hasn't been back in a while.
No, but he is pretty active in the independent scene. I follow him on Facebook.
Right. So I think it has to be changed to who's Dan Smith to where's Dan Smith.
Yeah. Where is Dan Smith?
Yeah, where'd Dan Smith go? It's almost like fucking Waldo.
Ooh.
But you're not really looking.
He was good in the ring.
Yeah. So, okay, so we got Raw's results coming up here. Before we dive into this, I do want to talk a little bit about the recent passing of La Parka and Rocky Johnson. So, Rocky Johnson's obviously before our time.
Yeah. I think La Parka's a little before your time.
I remember La Parka. No, I remember La Parka in mid-90s. Well, I remember La Parka WCW.
Okay.
I do believe he started in ECW, at least in the American ECW. He wrestled, obviously, in Mexico and stuff before that.
AAA and stuff like that.
But do you remember your first, like La Parka memory? Like, was it WCW?
It was WCW. Yeah. It was totally WCW, and I think that's what drew me to WCW was the cruiserweights. We talked about this hundreds of times, how much I like the cruiserweights and those guys like that. But I remember seeing this guy in just a skeleton suit and like, man, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing him fight like Ultimo Dragon, Rey Mysterio, Jericho. I mean, just all the big names that right then and there were just, who is this guy? And now they're megastars.
Yeah. Well, one of the cool things about him is like my earliest memory, and he's done it his entire career, is the guitar the chair he played as if it was a guitar.
Yeah.
And that was always one of the coolest things.
But I mean, I think he'd just done a show recently too, I think there was complications from doing
There was an injury
a dive
from the fall, yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was in the hospital, and then all of a sudden he developed his lungs and kidneys started failing and just passed. That I think happened the Saturday when we recorded our last show. And then Rocky Johnson passed away.
Just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Which I never personally, or I don't remember watching Rocky Johnson. Of course, I'm a product of the 80s, so I was born in 82. When he wrestled too or anything else, I did go back and watch a few of his matches. And actually one of them is the pick. Spoiler. But,
dang.
You know, first African American tag team champions, him and Tony Atlas. That family has really just busted barriers all the way around.
Yeah.
And down to the Rock. And Rock's grandpa, was it Strongbow?
Yeah, Chief...
Maivia. Chief Maivia.
Yeah. Strongbow, different.
So, yeah, different guy.
Totally fucking different.
Yeah.
Fun fact for you. We talked before the show about how Gene wanted to come back on to the podcast and everything. I was going to be funny. I was going to pull up a picture of him on our page, put it up here. I'm like, oh, look, now he's officially on our show again. I went to the SCW page. I didn't see one picture of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so just like the actual shows, he's not even present there.
Oh.
So.
Wah, wah, wah.
You should probably be more part of your own company there, Sentinel.
Ha.
Just saying.
Even I give 33%.
Right. All right, so Raw. Thoughts and prayers up to Willa Parker and Rocky Johnson's family. So
yeah.
Raw kicked off. We had Randy Orton come out, talk a little bit more about the Royal Rumble, challenged AJ to come out. AJ came out, said his RKO last week was the greatest RKO ever seen, and Randy has no chance of winning the Royal Rumble. AJ said he's going to win. Drew McIntyre came out, which, given Drew McIntyre this push, is the coolest fucking thing that they should do. I mean, it's way overdue.
Yeah, definitely.
So, there was a triple threat match that started out. I think it was supposed to be originally AJ versus Randy Orton. Turned into a triple threat match where Drew picked up the win. So, good push going into the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton did the Styles Clash.
Really?
Yeah, he busted out a Styles Clash.
How'd it look?
Not AJ worthy, but you know what? Good enough. And it's really cool when you have AJ take the move because AJ knows how to take the fucking move. So, but no, it was a pretty good. And it's one of those things where it's like it digs more into the feud they have.
Oh,
with, you know, obviously AJ doing the RKO last week, and now you got Randy doing the Styles Clash this week. Now as soon as Randy goes up for that fucking springboard. Fucking
elbow?
Flying forearm.
Oh my god!
Right,
that'd be kind of scary to see the Flying Viper.
Yeah, he'll probably fucking legit break his leg for real though. He won't land right.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah, he's a lanky fucker. He'll fucking stumble.
He's. Yeah, you're probably right.
Ricochet took on Mojo Rawley. Obviously, Ricochet won. 6:30 came out again. We haven't seen it in a while. He's been doing a lot of that code breaker finish and stuff. Just an enhancement match for Ricochet. There was a lot of talks about him kind of like declining in popularity and momentum and stuff recently.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like, you know, they brought him out, went big with him, especially last year when he was facing AJ Styles. Haven't really been doing much since, but they're hopefully to push him more towards when it comes to the Royal Rumble. Maybe doing something big in it.
Maybe stop watering down the product and let these guys go at it.
Charlotte took on Sarah Logan. Charlotte picked up the win. No fucking
course.
surprise. It's a fucking flare. So that push that they put for Sarah probably completely irrelevant now.
Yeah.
But whatever. Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out. Again, kind of reiterate the point about him going into the Royal Rumble and shit, entering number 1. He's going to win and dominate. R-Truth came out, declared himself to be in the Royal Rumble, and he's going to throw Paul Heyman over the ropes. Paul Heyman called him a bong hit or some shit like that.
Really?
Like, listen here, bong hit or bong water. I can't remember the word. I know the word bong was in there.
Oh.
Heyman said, I'm not going to be in it. Brock's in it. Truth is like, oh, you're in it? Well, I undeclare myself into the Royal Rumble. Gets beat up by Brock Lesnar and then ends up losing 24/7 title to Mojo Rawley.
Jeez.
But don't worry. R-Truth won it back in a live show yesterday.
Oh,
so,
great.
Yeah, we're good.
As long as R-Truth has that title, everything is good in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you call it? 24/7, 48/7,
the 24/7.
I-94 South Lafayette, European television champion.
He's one of the fun. I think he's probably the funniest thing going right now in wrestling.
Lashley took on Rusev. Lashley picked up the win after a brief distraction happened outside the ring with Liv Morgan and Lana. Lana challenged him to a mixed tag match next week on Raw. Obviously, they accepted. I'm just excited to see what Liv Morgan's new attire looks like.
I'm just excited to see her. So.
All right. I don't know, because obviously she's not doing the Harley Quinn gimmick anymore.
Yeah, the esque.
So I'm excited to see what she looks like.
She's gonna be a little more proper. I don't want to say proper.
You say proper. I get what you mean when you say proper.
Yeah, but I don't want it to sound like rude. You know what I mean?
Why rude? Just say proper, man.
A little more proper. Not like a little girl. Not like a little crazy little girl.
Maybe now you lost me.
Yeah, okay.
You should have stuck with proper, bro. You really gened the shit out of that one.
I sentineled that.
Viking Raiders did an open challenge for the tag team titles. Singh Brothers came out because obviously who would beat the fucking Viking Raiders other than the Singh Brothers? Squash match. Fucking Vikings picked up the win. Nothing special there. Asuka Becky Lynch had a contract signing for the Royal Rumble. Sprayed mist in her front. Oh yeah. Yeah, Becky got sprayed in the fucking face. And then with her last bit of effort, getting there trying to clean all the shit out of her face, she just declared, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging, which, okay, everyone fucking does, right? I don't recall the last match I ever seen where somebody just laid there while getting the shit kicked out of them. So, kind of a dumb thing.
Yeah, not even the finger poke of dope.
I just don't understand it. If I'm going down swinging. I never understood that.
I don't know.
I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to fight till you fucking lose?
You're just going to give up?
Still lose. Right? Anyways, obviously it was a big promo for both of them and everything, obviously. Set up to go to Royal Rumble next week.
Yes.
So, Aleister Black took on Buddy Murphy in the third and what is appearing to be the final match of their series. Aleister Black picked up the win. Funniest thing, I'm not sure if you got a chance to watch this match.
I haven't.
Aleister goes for the black mask. Ref goes for the count and then stops the count 2 saying he's got his shoulder up. He doesn't. He's literally just laying there. It looked like he had like a weird itch on his shoulder. We counted like that real quick. And the ref's like, oh, shoulder up. And then Michael Cole's like, how do you kick out of that? It's not Michael Cole. It's
Corey Graves.
Yeah. It's like, no, Corey Graves is on SmackDown with Michael
Cole.
Who the fuck is
King?
No, the person with King.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. But he's like, how did he get his shoulder up from that? It's like, he didn't. I think he had an itch. So.
Just a nervous twitch.
Yeah. He's like, oh. Shoulder up! So fucking Aleister Black hit him with another black mask. Picked up the win.
So not only did he have to take one, but he had to take 2 black masks.
Yeah. I think he kind of looked at him like, I didn't put my shoulder up, and then just kicked him in the fucking face again. It was a great match. It definitely was a match of the night again.
Oh, yeah.
Following that, though, after Aleister left, Buddy Murphy's just sitting outside ringside, just kind of sitting there, wondering, like, what the fuck happened? How did this happen? Blah, 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 blah. Life sucks. Rowan comes out having their squash match with the local competitor. Murphy's still sitting out there. And then they come to the main event, which is the fist fight. You got Owen, Samoa Joe, Big Show. They're taking on the Monday Night Messiahs, or whatever the fuck it is.
What they're calling themselves?
And Seth Rollins. Yeah, Eminem.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Huh?
Right?
I think they wear purple.
Eventually, probably.
Dye their hair white?
Yeah, I hope so. Anyway, so, yeah, it was a good match. I mean, they fought all over the place. It was a straight fist fight. And the only way you can win is basically your whole team can't move forward. So basically like a last man standing without the 10 count. Buddy Murphy interferes, joins AOP and Seth Rollins. They end up winning, defeating Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, and Big Show.
That's kind of a neat faction.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how far they grow more. If there's going to be more than just those 4, or how they're going to move forward with it. I think it's really cool for Buddy Murphy because it gives him a little bit more push. Because now, I think it's just like with AOP. They're putting him with Seth Rollins. Obviously, Seth Rollins at the top, so it's almost like an evolution.
Yeah.
Triple H and Randy Orton, Batista. Yeah. So that's really cool. It was announced for next week. Obviously, the mixed tag match with Liv Morgan and Rusev taking on Lana and Lashley, but also Rey Mysterio and Andrade U.S. title ladder match.
That would be worth watching.
Yeah. So So Raw next week looks like they're setting up, and it's cool that they're actually giving previews to what's happening next week to give people an idea of what's coming up.
Yeah.
So, your turn.
My turn.
Fucking your turn.
Fucking my turn.
Fucking your turn.
Impact
Cool,
Wrestling.
before we do that.
Son of a bitch.
Guys, if you remember, we are on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a system that's set up by creators and podcasters, movie review people, just people, to set up to help out their podcasts and shows and shit. I don't know how to really explain it much more.
It's kind of like a stock market for podcasting, except the only thing you're gonna get is swag.
So it's not a stock market for podcasting. I thought I had a hard time describing it.
Hey, that's the closest thing I could think of.
Patreon.com is basically, it's like an investment for you guys to help us out with the podcast. You contribute to us on a monthly basis based on what tier you sign up for, and each tier represents some kind of gift or shout out and stuff that you receive. One of the biggest shout outs we have is one of our Patreons, Becca, who has been a Patreon with us since like last summer.
Yeah.
Actually, this week, today, as we record, it's her birthday.
General Lee.
So, happy birthday to General Lee. Happy birthday. You enjoy yourself. I believe she turned 30.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll say your birthday. I'll say your age on camera. Don't give a fuck. I can do that.
Get on with your bad self,
Right?
crazy current lady.
So, happy birthday, Becca. I hope you have a great birthday. But, guys, if you're interested in the Patreon and want to look for more information on it, just go to patreon.com/JFW Podcast today. Look at all the tiers. We have everything from $1 down to $15. And each different tier, you get more and more as you go down. So anything that's in the $3, you get the $1 tier plus. $5 is the 3-in-1 plus, and so on and so forth. Additional content we have, like watch-along podcasts, podcasts about behind the scenes of wrestling, like storylines and strategy, stuff like that. We create you a wrestling biography, character, gimmick, kind of. And one of the biggest things that I'm hoping someone goes in, buys into, because I'm interested in it, is they're a GM. They get to create an entire show off their opinions and stuff, and we podcast it.
I'd like to see what someone comes up with.
Yeah. So go to patreon.com/JFW Podcast and sign up for that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Ground floor.
Right. Start up. Help us build. 2019 was our foundation. Now we got to put up some fucking walls.
Right?
Right? Not like the border, but... What? Oh. Yeah.
Anyhow.
All right, before we get into that, I'm King Kong.
So Impact Wrestling this past week.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Tessa Blanchard. Take home the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. Mm-hmm. Which I'm not totally on board with, but
yeah, neither am I.
It's cool.
I had a talk with huge shout out to Hendrickson, by the way. Thank you for listening to the podcast and being a fan of JFW, as well as being an anti-Sentinel guy. That seems to be happening a lot.
Wow.
But he also had an opportunity to go to the school, and I had a chance to sit down and talk with him kind of about that Tessa thing. It's like, hey, it's awesome for her. It gives her it's an opportunity that no one thought anyone would ever get, being a female in the wrestling business. At the same time, to me, it's completely irrelevant, and it kind of like degrades the value of what the women's championship is.
That's exactly how I feel, and we've talked about this before. It's like, once she won that, then she shouldn't be losing to any female on the roster. Mm-hmm. And if she loses to a male on the roster, it's like, are you going to put her up against Brian Cage in a one-on-one match? Yeah. Or an awesome or a Congo Kong, or something like that.
No, I get what you're saying. Absolutely, it's one of the things. Like, again, it's probably more of a publicity thing. It just gives more attention to Impact Wrestling for that stuff to happen. But I mean, you have a women's championship for a reason. You have a knockouts championship for a reason.
And basically, the knockouts division started the women's revolution. Yeah. And as far as, in my opinion, but that's how it goes for me.
You don't think it was all started by the bra and panty matches and pillow fights and mud fights and,
I remember those very joyfully from my teenage years, but...
Right, what was that fucking hot lesbian action, HLAs? No, that's not the women's revolution?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
That's what I used to pay $20 at the strip club for.
Gotcha.
Impact Wrestling opened up with the Rascals versus Reno Scum versus the Desi Hit Squad versus TJP and Daga. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But
You
this
normally don't.
Yeah. This sounds like a great match. The Desi Hit Squad won, which they're from India. They're trained by this guy who's, I guess, a legend. I never heard of him.
They're all legends.
They're all legends.
Not Gene, though.
Where is all this
Gene
stuff
is
at?
definitely not a legend. Never will be.
Never will be.
You ever notice his logo on his shirt,
No.
the S?
Oh, like isn't there like a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're a DC guy.
Yeah.
You know Superman.
Yeah.
What's the S under stands for?
Hope.
Hope. Do you think the S on Sentinel's shirt stands for shitbag?
It probably stands for hope I don't run this
Is
company
that the
much
international sign for shitbag?
longer. Yeah.
Right?
Shitty stick.
Right? He tries to throw that fucking S on his goddamn shirt because he too wants to have hope that maybe one day somebody will fucking like him. But instead, we all know he's a shitbag.
He needs to take a Stone Cold Stunner from somebody.
Right. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, for those of you who don't live in the area, I know you're not from Canada because we don't get viewers from fucking Canada.
Fucking Canada.
Fucking Canada. But those of you in the United Kingdom, Australia, Indonesia,
Brazil.
Kuwait, I don't fucking know how that's possible. If you don't know who Sentinel is from SCW, go on Google and just type in butternut squash, and then when it comes up, turn your screen upside down. Because that's what the fuck he looks like. A shitbag with a butternut squash head.
Oh, man. You sure we're going to be allowed at this show?
Oh, Hunter Payne's old. So,
Got to get those in, don't you?
did you see what I posted on the Facebook page?
The hip pain thing?
Come on.
Good God. I'm all for shitting on Sentinel.
Come on, that's fucking funny.
You know, it's hilarious. But,
Right? Oh, God.
So after that, we got Joey Ryan versus Johnny Swinger.
Right.
And, of course,
Do you think if Hunter Payne ever comes out and he talks about unleashing the pain, it's when he rolled out of bed in the morning?
Fuck, man.
You think when Hunter Payne does a hip toss, it's just actually him busting his hip?
I'm done with you.
Do you think the only time Hunter Payne could ever do the Undertaker rise up is if he uses the electronic mattress thing to put them up straight up?
That'd be interesting.
Right?
Just all of a sudden see the whole ring go. Anyways, Joey Ryan does hit the dick flip, of course.
Dick flip.
Give the old dick twist. There's a whole article about that. The old dick twist.
Yeah, it's like there was a guy in an MMA show or something like that. Yeah.
So I always think of Steve.
You ever think that maybe Sentinel would like ease up if he had more dick twist?
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Maybe he'd show up at the show.
Right. It's got to be pretty sad mouth hugging himself.
Joey Ryan won.
Right, Sentinel, you shitbag.
Way to Marilyn Manson, that one.
Right? God.
Next up, we had Moose versus Falaba versus Ace Austin versus Eddie Edwards for the X Division Championship. Falaba is kind of a big X Division champion if he won.
Fuck yeah, he is. Well, they used to have a limit on X Division,
Yes.
right?
It used to be almost like cruiserweight. I think it was like 225 was the weight
I think they kind of broke that with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you get Samoa Joe in there, and at that time, he came in and could do everything that they were doing.
Yeah.
So like, all right.
True.
You do what you want, Joe.
You do what you want, Joe.
The winner was Ace Austin. And then it just goes into some talking and nonsense. And that's it for Impact. Fuckers.
Fackers.
Man, Impact's roster is getting dwindled.
Oh, yeah. AEW and WWE's picking up. NXT TakeOver. And by TakeOver, I mean fucking Wednesday. But NXT TakeOver is coming to Portland.
Yeah.
NXT World Collide's coming up, too.
I think that's going to be good.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's going to be real good.
Yeah. NXT started out with Keith Lee coming out kind of promo about how, he's going to rise up against the Undisputed Era, take them down. Obviously, he has that North American Championship match next week.
Yes.
Undisputed Era came out, didn't take his guff. That's right. I said guff.
Guff.
Right? They started scrapping. That's right. I threw out scrapping.
They had the old fisticuffs.
Right. Yep. Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
Fuck yeah. You think the last time Hunter Payne heard that was like in legit conversation when fisticuffs became a thing?
God.
Right?
This is too much. This is too much.
You think the last time Hunter Payne ever told somebody he's going to crush it is when they're talking about the pills in his oatmeal?
He's gonna lay you out one of these days.
Yeah, sure.
Dead in the middle of the ring.
Who's going to help him out of the chair to do that?
We're gonna be they're gonna be like, yeah, come present this and da da da, and then it's really just a ploy to knock you the hell out.
Right? It's okay.
And then I'm gonna have to step in because you're my partner, and then I'm gonna get knocked the fuck out.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. They're not gonna touch us. They can't touch us. They can't do anything to us. We're not contracted to them. Okay, so NXT obviously Undisputed Era came out, destroyed Keith Lee's ankle.
Yeah.
Luckily, he got saved by Ciampa a little too late.
Yeah.
You know, which is pretty much the same way Sentinel does anything when he saves his SCW wrestlers against ARW. Dusty Classic continues as we had Dunn and Riddle, which you said you actually liked this tag team. Not a huge fan.
I did. I thought their tag team combination moves were great.
It's just a way of throwing shit together.
I thought they mushed.
No, stop. They picked up the win against Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan, who are an actual true tag team, but whatever.
Those guys were interesting too from the UK.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's cool to it's a lot of these like first round matches are NXT US, NXT UK. And it's a nice blend of like who's winning and stuff like that. Ciampa came out, called out the Undisputed Era after what they did to Keith Lee. They came out obviously, beat up Ciampa. Gargano came out. There was a brief DIY, reunion.
Exactly what they did.
Yeah. Which was pretty cool. I think people got a big pop out of that. If they were to have a fatal four-way, you throw Keith Lee and DIY together against Undisputed Era, who do you tag them with?
Ooh.
Right?
Gotta be Djokovic.
Really? Dominic?
Fuck it, man.
Right.
Imagine walking into anywhere and Keith Lee and Djokovic are right behind you, and they're on your side.
Yeah.
You're gonna talk so much shit to everybody.
Yeah. I would say Velveteen Dream, but I don't think he's ever fucking coming back. He's been gone for
I think he's going
long
up.
fucking time.
I think he's going up.
Think he's going up?
Yep.
I don't think he's ever coming back. I read something about him having like a severe back injury and stuff like that maybe he's trying to work through. But I mean, it's been like September since he's been around.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Dust Road Classic continues on as we saw Alex Shelley.
Yeah.
Make an NXT.
Cool.
I don't know if it's considered a debut or...
It's a TV debut.
Yeah. So Alex Shelley teamed up with Kushida. I believe they're known as the Time Splitters at one point. Took on the Grizzly Young Vets. Grizzly Young Vets picked up the win. A lot of issues with fans not liking the fact that Shelley lost his debut.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, I remember a day when debuts, people won them. It's like, John Cena didn't.
Yeah, John Cena sure as hell. I mean, he had a great debut.
Yeah.
He put on a great match, and that's exactly what this was.
That was before Jorts.
Jort.
Don't knock over my Funkos.
Sorry.
He's up on the Funkos, bro.
Hey.
God damn it.
Funko yourself.
God. Hey, you want to tell people about your ring?
Oh, yeah, this is Christmas.
We'll do it after my NXT.
All right.
Thank you for sticking it out. Leo Rush, Swerve, and Breeze had a triple threat match to determine a spot in the Fatal 4-Way match for the Cruiserweight title at Worlds Collide.
Yes.
Swerve picked up the win. This is probably a match more suited for you, being a Cruiserweight fan. And then obviously we had the Women's Battle Royal. Number one contendership for the NXT Women's Championship at Portland TakeOver, and Belair picked up the win.
Belair's not going to win.
No. It's fucking Rhea Ripley, bro. Rhea Ripley, bro. Rhea Ripley. Or it could be Toni Storm. I do believe they're facing each other at Worlds Collide, so.
Ooh. Toni Storm.
God, Toni Storm.
Jeez.
She's like the Alexa Bliss of, like, adults.
What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't even know what it means. But you get an idea of where I'm going.
Kinda.
All right, you're up.
I'm up. All right, AEW Dynamite.
Oh! Tell me about the ring.
Oh. I almost forgot.
Clearly, it's been a long 3 minutes there.
Well,
you got the memory span
we're doing video now, so now we're going to have different kinds of stuff in front of us. So I brought my ring. I brought 6 of the figures I have. Yeah. I got AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, No Beard Triple H, DX.
Fuck yeah.
That one weirds me out a little bit. Got The Rock, Finn Balor, The Miz. I believe this is from SummerSlam, where he came out as Phantom of the Opera with the mask. That's actually Liziana's toy. So
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, but I like the ring. It's pretty neat. They have, I just discovered this today, and I've had this for months, is you can actually put the guy up on here, and he stays.
Eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we'll be doing more reviews and stuff like this. This is just Dizzle's private stock.
Yeah, why don't you tell them about the reviews and stuff that we have going in the future?
Coming up, we'll have Freakin Studios. We're going to do videos for toy reviews. We're going to do videos for reimagining promos.
Promo reenactments.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Right, promo reenactments.
I'm waiting to see which one of us is going to do.
I've been working on my Paul Bear. I think I nailed it. I think I got it down. So we're going to be doing that. For some reason, I just can't seem to get a good macho.
I think I can do macho.
What?
I think I could probably do it.
I can do macho. I think I can. Oh, yes. But no, it's one of the cool things because we are doing Freakin Studios. You guys, if you don't know what Freakin Studios is, it's a collaboration of 3 different podcasts, Just Freakin Wrestling, This Freakin Show, and Doug Gray Area come together in a collaboration of making videos and stuff like that. A lot of our ideas lately have been like food ideas.
Yeah. No reason why.
Right? But from the JFW aspect of what we're doing, we're going to focus a lot on obviously going to toy stores, toy conventions, and stuff like that.
Yes.
Finding some wrestling figures, and just bringing you guys along with and checking out. It's almost like a vlog kind of thing we're doing. And we're also going to, like you said, reenact some old wrestling promos and major moments and stuff like that.
It's just really an excuse for us to go play with wrestling toys.
Mostly, yeah.
Live out our childhood dreams through.
It's going to end up being I'm buying Funkos and you're buying wrestling figures. Yeah. Because I love Funkos.
Saying I like the wrestling figures.
Yeah. AEW Dynamite, bro.
AEW Dynamite. I actually watched the majority of this show this time. It was a pretty decent show. Yeah. I do agree with a lot of the critics that they're spot heavy and a lot of no sell.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a big fan of the no sell.
Okay.
I do like to think when somebody gets hit, when somebody jumps 15 feet in the air, that you're hurt. Pull off, all right?
Yeah.
It started out with a 4-way number 1 contenders match for the tag team titles. You had the Young Bucks, the Best Friends, Paige and Omega, and Santino and Ortiz. Again, great match. Just kept you involved all the way through. Omega and Paige ended up picking up the win. And there was some tension between the Bucks and Paige and Omega. Well, more so Paige and the Bucks, because Paige kind of stole one from the Bucks. I suggest going to watch it. It got rated as a B+.
It is on my DVR. I think I'm gonna give it a chance. Like I said, I want to give AEW the benefit of the doubt. It's like, but it's kind of like what we said. Like it's a lot of like, hey, we're here to make a name for ourselves, so they're spending too much time making a name for themselves. Like just do what you know you need to do. You've seen enough WWE and shit to kind of understand like how the process of the show is supposed to go on. And granted, like you don't want to be like WWE, but you need some stage segments. You need some fucking decent promos. And you need to put on matches that tell a fucking story, not just like hey, I'm gonna put my shit in, you get your shit in too. We'll call it a fucking night.
Yeah,
and that's it.
It's gonna be interesting. I think the more and more they go, that they'll get better.
Yeah,
and they do. I like the backstage segments that they have had with like the Order and the Nightmare Collection or whatever they're called, Cody Rhodes' wife's thing. Cody responds to MJF's stipulation, so Cody wants to fight MJF, obviously. So the stipulations are that he has to fight Wardlow in a cage match. He has to take 10 lashes on live TV, and he can't touch MJF until the pay-per-view. So Cody agrees all of it. Of course, like, he's going to say no.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think that's going to be a great match, and that's going to be the AEW's first cage match. I believe it's next week or the week after.
Do they show what the cage looks like?
No. It'll be interesting.
I hope it's old dirty fucking
like the big
metal
squares.
Bar. Yeah.
Where it made a lot of sense that they could climb up with no problem.
Yeah.
Instead of cutting holes in chains.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Chris Stratlander and Hikura Shirida versus Mel and Awesome Kong.
Mm-hmm.
This ended up not being Awesome Kong. It ended up being Cody Rhodes' wife. I can't remember her name. Brandy. So there was no Awesome Kong.
You said Brandy Rhodes earlier, right?
No. Did I?
Yeah, when you were talking about you didn't know what Brandy Rhodes' faction's called.
Oh. Fuck, man. It's legal in Illinois now. I don't know what to tell you.
I get it. Hunter's going through the same shit.
Oh, mine's not old age. Oh, fuck.
Say it again. What'd you say there, Dizzle?
Stratlander and Sheeta defeated Rhodes and Mel. And Rhodes and this is Melanie Cruz.
Yeah. And
she's got no hair, but Brandy kind of chastised her at the end of the match because Mel took the loss. Of course. John Moxley versus Sammy, the Spanish God. I'm not saying his last name. I jacked that fucker up.
Guava?
Guava?
You just say Guava.
Guevara?
There we go. There's you.
This is actually a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Moxley ended up picking up the win. And is this where he gets stabbed?
Just where he gets stabbed.
No, at some point in time in the show, they jump him. Jericho takes off one of his little things off his coat and just stabs Moxley right in the eye. Yeah. Diamond Dallas Page returns to the ring with QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes versus the Butcher, the Blade, and MGF. Which I thought the Butcher and the Blade or whoever wears the mask, I thought he was gonna wrestle in it, but he actually takes it off.
Okay.
It looks less.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking.
He looks less scary that way. Yeah. That mask is pretty scary.
Yeah, I'll probably watch the DDP match.
DDP had a pretty good showing.
I believe it. Fucking does yoga, man.
Yeah. MJF, the Butcher and the Blade picked up the victory. They got ready to be.
Was there at least a diamond cutter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Don't expect much out of that.
Diamond cutter?
Yeah.
No. Was it very Gene-like?
Just a hair better than the squash.
Ah, so it's Hunter-like.
Anyway, last match was Darby Allin versus Pac.
Hey, remember when Hunter was champion?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Because Holiday is.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Okay.
So make sure you remember that.
Pac defeated Allin. So now Pac and Moxley are going to fight each other for the #1 contendership for Jericho's title. That's it.
That's it.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
All right. Dive into some SmackDown results here and start to kind of wrap up the showing here. Now, showing.
Counter infringement.
Oh, God. Demonetized. Obviously, SmackDown started out. We saw the return of Kane.
Yes.
I guess he took a break from Knoxville County to come out here. Which is weird because his picture's on the back of Bray Wyatt's Funhouse wall. Best part of this whole fucking thing. So, obviously, the lights go down. Kane steps out of the ring and shit. Wait for him to come out. You see Kane drool.
Yeah.
Funniest fucking thing.
He's just like...
Funniest fucking thing I ever saw. Bray comes through the fucking ring. Kane turns around, is like, it took you long enough or some shit like that. End up getting beat up by Dan O'Brien and like locks of his dreads being ripped off his head.
Yep.
Really fucking cool concept because obviously that's what happened to Dan O'Brien not too long ago. So
And then he crawls back into the hole.
Yeah, now there's some rumor about Saudi Arabia and potentially Kane and Bray Wyatt going at each other.
Inferno match.
Yeah.
I need to watch that Broken Skull thing. Because they talk about the first Inferno match that he fucked up in.
Yeah. There was a promo in the back following all that. Daniel Bryan challenges Wyatt to a strap match.
Yeah.
So he can't get away. So we'll see how that goes. It's been a while since the strap match actually happened. I think the last one was Eddie Guerrero and JBL.
That long?
I think so. Don't quote me on that. You know who could tell us?
Our buddy?
Our old buddy.
Gio.
Let me know when the last strap match was, man. I'm pretty sure it was JBL and Eddie Guerrero, but...
Yeah. We could be wrong.
John Morrison makes his return to the ring against Big E. Big E. I almost said Langston. He hasn't been called Big E Langston in years.
Yes.
Fuck. I've been watching a lot of old WWE. Morrison picked up the win. Very lackluster. I mean, it was a good match, obviously. I mean, Morrison is still in the prime of his career.
Right.
And Big E, he could always go. Even with, like, small guys, the bigger guys, always
I think it's almost time for Big E to run on his own.
Yeah. I think it's going to happen soon.
Yeah.
Usos return in ring against Revival. Usos pick up the victory. Pretty good match. Nothing too special. Bayley and Lacey Evans go one-on-one. Evans end up taking the pinfall victory against Bayley. Again, not too much. And Braun Strowman demands that he has an Intercontinental Championship match against still Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura, which isn't too surprising because he doesn't really defend it too much.
See, that's what... I think one of my favorite modern-day champions for the Intercontinental is The Miz. I think you put any title on The Miz, and Miz makes that title mean something again. And I think that's where they lose it, where these guys... Shinsuke is great in the ring. Can't really do the mic thing because of the obvious language barrier, but they need to make it feel like it's worth something.
Yeah. Obviously, after he made his demand and everything, Zayn came out and interrupted Elias, who just signed a multi-year deal with WWE to stick around.
Nice.
So congrats to you, Elias, for spending the next 5 years in the backstage like you normally do. He mocks Sami Zayn after he interrupts him. He gets attacked. Strowman comes out, so I don't know if they're going to start going with a face turn on Elias or what the plan is there. Lexis Bliss took on Sonya Deville. Sonya told Mandy that she should invite Otis to stand at the ring with her during the match. I love this fucking Mandy Rose Otis thing. It gives me a lot of hope for the future.
Anytime where the fat guy gets
right?
The girl is nice.
Right? I mean, God. Fucking Otis, man.
I'm a sucker for those movies.
Fucking crushing it. God's greatest creation fell off the turnbuckle into Otis's arms, and this distracted Deville enough for the goddess to catch her with a roll-up. So Bliss picked up the win. Got a D+ by Bleacher Report. Which is surprising. I know it's kind of like just a filler match kind of thing, just to get the Otis Mandy Rose thing over. But still, for Alexa Bliss to get a D+ against somebody like Sonya Deville, who I know could do a lot more than what they're offering her. And I'm pretty sure her mind's really not in it right now because the storyline she wanted to do with Mandy Rose is now happening on Raw with Lana and Liv Morgan. So
let her live.
Reigns and Roode had a table match. Reigns picked up the victory because it's Roman fucking Reigns.
Really?
Yeah. It's Roman Reigns, bro.
Oh, you know what? That is right. The Usos came out, didn't they?
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess in all reality, fucking Roode was back from a suspension, and he still needs to be buried for a little bit. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Injury.
Yeah. I'll fucking say it. I don't give a shit. I'm not being signed yet.
Yet.
Guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JFW Podcast or Just Freakin Wrestling. Because on those sites is where we leave things like photos from shows that we go to.
Yes.
The Freakin' 5 that we post. We even, I think we put our predictions up there and shit sometimes.
Sometimes.
Dizzle J's Pick of the Week that we're going to do here in a moment. And that's also where we share and repost upcoming shows and stuff. Like SCW New Beginnings, which is next week. That's another thing you fucked up on last week. I'll get to. But next Saturday at Shaban Civic Center, tickets are pre-sale for $10 or $12 at the door day of the show.
Flyer said $12.
The flyer always says $12.
I'm just going by what the flyer said.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we're all a little Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah. SCW New Beginnings next Saturday. Shaban Civic Center. Doors open at 6. Bell times at 7. Tickets are $12 at the door. You can buy them pre-sale up till then at Glassworks, Fit Body U, or Genesis Martial Arts, all down in Bourbonnais, Bradley area for just $10. Awesome show. I'm going to assume they have a lot of great matches. If Sentinel would just man up, be an adult, and send me the match card. But
yeah, well,
we know who he is. So I don't have a match card for you guys right now, so that means we can't do any predictions for the show right now. But hopefully maybe somebody at the office can send me something.
Yeah.
I kind of want to meet these other, like, powers to be.
Yeah. Who else is
right
running the show?
Right. So, make sure you check out SCW New Beginnings. It's the first show of the year for them. And they do shows every single month. I think June is their time.
Yeah, they take June off.
Yeah. So other than that, as soon as we get something or anything from somebody over there, I think I got some connections where I can maybe get something out of them. We'll post it up on Facebook.
Little backhanded connections.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll post it up on Facebook, some of the matches and stuff that are set to go. We'll let you guys know about that to give you an idea of what's going on. Every show, usually the championships are on the line. We see the tag team, women's, Genesis, heavyweight title. They're on the line every single month. Unless Hunter Payne's champion, then they give them some leeway and time off. So, cool. Yeah.
1 month.
Also, special thing, hopefully soon, as soon as we get the logistics figured out on everything, it's not going to be just 2 of us anymore on JFW.
Yeah.
So
3.
There's going to be 3 of us, yeah. We got to figure out how that's going to work video-wise. May stick them right here.
Dude, just...
Right. Like a cozy bus seat.
Yeah.
Or an airline flight.
At least it's not a Southwest flight.
God, Southland. So, yeah. So, guys, again, check out our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Just Freakin Wrestling. Find all the content we have there, just like those are Jay's Pick of the Week.
So, Pick of the Week, I went a little old school.
Yeah.
So, I have Rocky Johnson versus Roddy Piper.
Roddy.
2 Hall of Famers going at it. And what I believe was their grudge match.
Mm-hmm.
So check it out. It's cool. It's not like the most thrilling match, but it is a very
good
match.
show?
Yeah.
WWE match?
WWF.
That's before they got the F out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Before they got the F out.
Before they got the
I like that.
Right? Yeah, I gotcha.
Check it out. It'll post later on today.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking genius. I know shit. Jay, who we got left? Just a final freaking thought?
Final freaking thought.
Okay. You went first last week, right?
Sure.
All right. Why don't you go first this week?
All right. So, it's being reported that no NXT in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that idea. Now, if they were to do something Royal Rumble NXT related, I mean, I guess you could do a Royal Rumble at NXT.
Yeah.
But I think, I know they're going to have NXT stars in the Royal Rumble, but they're not having an NXT Royal Rumble. I think that's where people are getting confused by.
Okay, see, that's what I was thinking, that they weren't going to put NXT.
Yeah, because I mean, I think the article says, NXT not to participate in Royal Rumble, but I think there's still going to be NXT representation in the Royal Rumbles, but they're not going to have, an NXT-only Royal Rumble, which that's what people want to happen, and you really don't need that, because then all of a sudden now you got 4 Royal Rumbles. Because you have to have an NXT women's and an NXT men's. You have to have a women's and men's for WWE. So, you're going to have an entire Royal Rumble pay-per-view of all Royal Rumbles?
It sounds fucking amazing.
God damn.
Imagine the bullshit we won't have to watch on the pay-per-view, though.
Right. We're just like 4 guesses. You have a better chance of winning.
That's 2 guesses per match.
Triple H apologized to Paige for the joke that she made.
I saw.
Do you think that was blown out of proportion?
I don't even know. I didn't even read what the joke was.
So he was responding to everyone's conversations about people like saying like, oh, is Paige coming back at the Royal Rumble? Is Edge coming back at the Royal Rumble? And all Triple H said is, like, well, Edge has his family and everything, and Paige, well, maybe she has some kids somewhere she don't know about. Which he went on to say that, it's an old joke between wrestlers.
Yeah.
Clearly, if she had kids, she would know.
Yeah.
So it's a fucking joke.
That's stupid.
And then she went on social media and posted something like, wow, even my boss makes fun of me or something like that, which I've explained to a lot of people, even outside of JFW and outside podcasting. In reality, you can't get expression out of a text or a message.
Yeah.
You don't know how people are feeling. So I don't know if Paige was really hurt by that, or she was just like, oh, wow, even my boss is making fun of me, blah, blah, LOL, or whatever. But there was a huge blow-up about people, saying that, oh, Triple H is trashing Paige. Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Hashtag me too. And all this other bullshit that's going on because he made a joke. So he went on record and he apologized. He said, I'm sorry if it bothered you, if you were offended by it. I meant nothing by it. It was a stupid joke. My bad. If she had fucking kids, she would fucking know.
How are you going to take the guy who was in D-Generation X that seriously when he says something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, the guy who gave you the NXT Women's Championship, the first Women's Championship of NXT, is really going to sit there and, like, have some negative say against you? Like, come on now.
And
gave you the Divas title your first night out. It's like, come on.
Your debut match on Raw.
Yeah, so I guess my question was, like, do you think all that was more blown up than what it was?
It did sound a whole hell of a lot like it, yeah. Do you want to see Harlem Heat in one more match? It has been rumored that they're going to take on.
Yeah, because we talked about this last week. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I saw them actually have a match, because I think Booker T still owns a wrestling company. I think I actually saw them have a match against somebody at their wrestling company. It was like maybe a year or so ago. I mean, they still win. I mean, Stevie Ray didn't look like Stevie Ray back in like the 90s. Well, but, I mean, obviously, years and stuff. I mean, Hunter Payne's proof of that. So it catches up with you, and it affects, your capabilities to be in the ring and shit. So, what? Oh, okay. So, but no, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I wouldn't make it like a long drawn. I mean, maybe like a one-off thing, like with Beth Phoenix and Natalya.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania. It's like a one-off thing. Like, yeah, I wouldn't turn into a huge ass storyline. It'll probably be Saudi Arabia.
I do not. I'm not a big fan of them going to Saudi Arabia.
I'm waiting for Saudi Arabia to fucking promote Von Erichs versus Heart Foundation. So. Shamrock calls Jericho a wannabe tough guy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't fuck with Shamrock.
Right?
Shamrock's legit. And Jericho isn't bad. I mean, to me, he's kind of badass. But
well, according to this, he's a wannabe tough guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with Shamrock.
Yep.
I've seen Shamrock do some shit.
He's an angry dude.
Yeah.
You do.
Who is someone you wish would have won the Royal Rumble?
What do you mean?
Like, if from your childhood or whatever, like, who was one wrestler that you thought deserved to win but never won?
Kane.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Kane should have won, especially like back in, what was that, like when he dumped all those fucking people, that like 03, 04 or something like that. WrestleMania, or the year of WrestleMania 20, I think it was the same year. I mean, a lot of the bigger guys, I mean, maybe Mick Foley, Mankind would have been nice to see him win one. Undertaker at an earlier age, I think would have been nice to see him win. I mean, obviously, I think he won like in the early 2000s, but like seeing him win like back in like 93, 94, like he first came out, was like dominant as fuck. I don't think, I mean, Andre never even won one. I know it was before my time, so.
Yeah, I think, Andre
never won one.
Was he in one?
Yeah, he was in a couple of them. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. Jake Roberts would have been nice to see him win one. Razor Ramon. Diesel. There's a couple. I think the biggest one for me, though, is like Kane. I think Kane probably deserved at least from one, or even Mankind. I mean, we saw Triple H, we saw Austin, we saw Rock, saw The Undertaker, saw Shawn
Austin
Michaels.
did it a couple of times.
3, yeah.
Does he hold the record?
Yeah, I think he's only won it 3 times. So, obviously, Batista, John Cena's won them, and it's always the big guys. Rey Mysterio was a really cool one to see win. Eddie Guerrero, I wouldn't mind seeing him win one.
One of my favorites was Shawn Michaels win when he skinned the cat against the Bulldog.
Yeah. Impact Wrestling's banned from Twitch from the RVD segment.
That's awesome.
What was the RVD segment?
All I know is that RVD has been...
He looks like a strung out fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, well, he's always kind of looked like Jean-Claude.
He always looked like, but he looks like really strong. Because I saw like an image from like the Twitch like segment. It looked like he had like fucking like whipped cream on his fucking face.
Yeah, but him and his wife or girlfriend have a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And they've been including both of them in all their segments, and it's damn near rated R what they've been doing. Like, I know there's a couple times where he was covering up them, so if he would have moved, it'd have been nip slip everywhere.
Gotcha. What's my Funko, bro?
That's right.
God damn it.
It's Sting and Luger.
A lot of rumors have been... Oh, no, I just did mine. You're up.
How do you feel about the Fiend's red light thing?
It's dumb.
I don't like it either.
I didn't like it when they did the red Hell in a Cell cage with the red fucking light.
Oh, God. Yeah. I didn't like it when they did the thing with Sin Cara either, when it was like gold.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but they could do without it. A lot of rumors about Brian Cage going to AEW, but there's been a lot of rumors. Is that one of yours?
Yeah, that's my last one.
Oh, well, too bad. A lot of rumors of Brian Cage going to AEW. Word is he hasn't signed yet.
Yeah, I seen a lot of that. Even his wife took to Twitter to say that this is news to me. But that's the same thing Taya Valkyrie did when John Morrison was rumored to come to WWE again.
What was how did you word your final question?
Brian Cage is rumored to go to AEW. Is this the beginning of the big men in AEW?
Say that again?
Is this the beginning of the big men in the AEW?
No. Brian Cage is a beefed up guy, but he's not a big guy.
Yeah, he was shorter than us.
Yeah. So I mean he's definitely like a beefed up guy, but I mean he's not like an Undertaker, Diesel, Big Show or anything. My question was, if he's still considered a free agent, should WWE go after him?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Think WWE could steal him?
I think they could, but he'd have to go main roster.
Yeah.
If I was Brian Cage, I'd either want main roster or, guaranteed title shot at NXT.
Gotcha. I guess I could have gave you that one because I do have one more, but I actually have another one I thought of too. So last one I have is Kurt Angle thinks Moxley will eventually make a return to WWE. Do you think that's true?
Oh, yeah. That's true, yeah.
And also, what's your thoughts on Asuka requesting to go back to NXT?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
I don't either.
I think the competition's better down there.
Yeah.
I think that for her, you lose to Charlotte so many times, and now you're losing all these people when you had this ridiculous streak. Mm-hmm. Even Goldberg didn't lose that much after he lost the streak.
God, no. Well, WCW wasn't open that much longer after he lost the streak, so.
But even though, she's lost to almost everybody except Becky, and now she's probably going to lose to Becky at Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Oh, she's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, make sure you check out our podcast every week on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Podbean, and now on YouTube as a video. Check out the audio. What the fuck are you doing?
Waving.
Waving by? Are we done?
No,
Can I do this?
Yeah, go ahead. Why? Don't let me distract you. Do what you do, you boo boo.
iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Podbean. Search JFW or Just Freakin Wrestling every single week. We do have the video content now released on YouTube. Check it out. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time the show is out. It's there, ready for you guys to go. Jay, that's all I got.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travesty.
I am Dizzle J.
And thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW podcast.
Peace.